In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you why semen retention is essential for manifestation, as well as the 3 keys that allow you to bend the structure of reality. Okay? Now, my name is Saleem. If this is the first time that we're meeting, my mission is to help you create a life that you love, to consciously align your behaviors so that they are in alignment with what you deem valuable, so that you are disciplined and can consciously move towards creating your destiny. And if that is you, then I invite you to check out the Conscious Creator Manifesto. This is a free 1-hour training. I just created it, and I will let you know how to get access to this towards the end of this video. Okay? Now, understand, I've made a bunch of videos on this, and it seems to be based on the views that you guys are really digging this stuff and you want more on this, and even based on the comments. So the first thing to really understand about semen retention, about sexual energy, is that it is the source of our creative energy. Okay? When you let go of your life force, then you are literally depriving yourself of the energy that is required for your creativity. And what separates us from all the different beings on this planet, all the different animals, is our ability to create something in our heads and then direct that towards our hands and literally sculpt something that was never there before. It just started with an imagination, just started with a vision in your head, and then you were gone ahead and disciplined yourself to mold that vision into reality. Okay, so if you are constantly depriving yourself of your life force, I've talked to a lot of guys who are addicted to pornography or addicted to ejaculation. They've gone down the slippery slope of getting addicted to this destructive behavior. All that they can focus on is their situation right now. All that they can focus on is what they don't want, which is the situation that they're in right now. And lo and behold, the law is that whatever you focus on, whatever you give your attention to, that is what you will have in your life. And if you are only focusing on what you have right now, then you will keep getting that same thing. Doesn't matter if you want it, if you don't want it, if you focus on it, that is exactly what you will get, right? So when we are able to retain our life force energy, expand our creativity, then we can see beyond the situation that we are in right now. And the more we can paint a picture of clarity in terms of where we want to go, only then will we have any chance of actually moving towards it. And that really is the first key to bending reality, is to get clear on where it is that you want to go, right? Otherwise, you're just a leaf blowing in the wind. You are a ship without a sail that will just drift any way that the wind takes you. And if you don't have clarity in terms of where you want to go, then it really is a side effect of you not having the creativity to create a vision of where you seek to go in your life. Okay, and that really is the first key towards manifestation. Now, so many people come into this manifestation, creating their dream life, law of attraction, and they are programmed. They have this entitlement whereby they think that if I can just sit in a corner and visualize something, then I'll be able to get it. But that is only the first key towards bending reality. Okay, the second key is the queen of all virtues. Okay, this is the one differentiating factor that really separates the people that crush it in life from the people that are moving towards and making progress towards their desired destiny, from the people that constantly just struggle in life. And this master key is that of willpower. Okay, now this is so important because we have been conditioned to go for that instant gratification, because society just makes it so easy to get pleasure in the moment right now. But what that leads to is compulsivity, right? The path of least resistance. You reach for the food, you reach for the porn, you reach for the TV. Whatever it is that you want is within your grasp right now for your present self to experience that dopamine fix, right? But that dopamine fix, how we get it, is determined by how evolved that we are. When we're compulsive, then we are focused in our lower chakras, right? Our chakras associated with survival. And this is why the root cause, what leads a lot of people to being undisciplined, to lacking willpower, is the things that first and foremost is like destructive eating habits, right? Just eating to numb out the pain, to distract yourself from what you need to do, to just eat to the point where you're eating more than your body even needs. Then you get disruptive because you're eating too much, you're destroying your digestive system, you're binging, right? That's survival mechanism. Second one is sex, right? Obviously, you get addicted to pornography, you get addicted to ejaculation, and that is because you're trapped in these lower level chakras where you're getting your dopamine fix. Is really centered on the lower chakras, your sacrum, your root chakra, and these two chakras are really determining where you get your dopamine fix from. That is where all the energy is centered, and you are basically trapped in a cycle of compulsivity, right? As we rise in our chakras, as we develop the willpower to do the right thing over the easy thing, then we are getting to the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra, which is allowing us to express our willpower, and we are actually getting dopamine from doing the right thing over the easy thing. We are building our self-esteem because we are focusing on what needs to be done right now in order to get to where we want to be, right? And so it starts with the creativity of where you want to be, right? Using that sexual energy, that creative energy, preserving that sexual energy, transmuting it into creative energy, and painting a clear picture of where you want to go. And then secondly is obviously to do what needs to be done, getting the willpower, building the willpower, right? It's a muscle. The more you exercise your willpower, the stronger it will get. The more you let go of instant gratification, the more you are able to bend the structure of reality, right? If you're disciplined and you will value the future over the present, only then will you be able to bend the structure of reality in your favor. Okay, so that is when we're rising to the level of the third chakra, the willpower chakra, and really it's about doing the right thing over the easy thing and breaking out of the cycle of compulsivity. Okay, now the third key to bending the structure of reality to manifestation is your energy. Okay, because if you show up every single day, you're doing the right thing over the easy thing, but if you're not sustaining that over the long term, then the structure of reality will not bend in your favor. Okay, in the philosophy of transurfing, they say that reality is like a mirror that reflects your relationship to the world. So imagine you're looking in a mirror, right? You represent the image, and the reflection is a metaphysical reflection of your image, right? Now, you change your angle, you change your face, whatever it is, the mirror reflects it instantaneously, right? But the difference with reality is that it is very thick. It's like a tar-like substance that really takes time for it to adjust to the image. So you could take the action right now, but it wouldn't really change reality much. You would have to take that action consistently over the long term in order for reality to really bend towards your favor. So this is why we need energy, because when you ascribe the label of failure, like I wasn't able to achieve a certain result, all failure is an inaccurate assessment of how much energy is required to achieve success. Okay, now success is simply the realization of the goal which you have in your mind. So you're clear on what you want, you're using your creative energy to paint a clear picture of what you want, you're using your willpower to do the right thing over the easy thing to move you towards where you want. But this third key is really on whether you are having the energy to continue your behaviors over the long term. Okay, because if it's not carried over the long term, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, right? If it's not carried over the long term, then you will just revert back to your habits, your previous destructive habits, and it will be impossible for you to create a life that you love. Okay, that is the definition of manifestation, to consciously create a life that you love. We're all creators of our destiny, but whether we are consciously creating a life that we love or we are unconsciously succumbing to the programming that is beyond our level of awareness, that is beneath our level of awareness, right? From the conditioning that took place in childhood, from society, from school, from the government, from all of these sources outside of us that are really in the process of controlling us towards moving in the direction of compulsivity, towards instant gratification. But once we can break out of that cycle with these three keys, then it's basically about sustaining that effort over the long term. And if you do that over the long term, then reality will have no choice but to bend in reflection to the image that you're presenting, right? So that is a trap that most people fall into with manifestation. They just focus on the visualization part. And if they're ejaculating all the time, then they can't even visualize every single day, because then it's just a blurred image. It's not clear, it's not focused, it's not detailed, right? And then once you have that image, it's about doing it, right? It's easier to act your way into a new way of thinking than it is to think your way into a new way of acting. Every behavior, every decision, every choice that you make is a vote in the type of person that you're becoming, okay? We're not human beings. We are human becomings, and every single moment we are moving towards a certain destiny. But the question is whether you are moving towards that destiny consciously or unconsciously based on programming that you are not even aware of. And this is why semen retention is so important. Yes, it's important because a lot of guys are just like, I just want to boost my semen retention to boost my masculinity, and then I just want to get a girl and just be happy. But that is still a lower level paradigm where you're attached to a certain outcome outside of you to feel better in the inside. But this is really about you and creating the life that you are here to create. And when you let go of your creative energy, then it will be impossible for you to break out of the cycle of compulsivity, right? So this is all about shifting from compulsive consumption, whereby our dopamine fix is in this lower level chakras. I made another video on this. I'll link out to it over here. But it's about breaking out of that compulsive consumption and waking up and exerting our power for conscious creation, whereby our dopamine fix is centered in the higher chakras and centered on really living our purpose and creating the life that we were here to create. And semen retention is absolutely essential if you are to be successful in creating and bending the structure of reality in alignment with this vision that you have for yourself, right? So if this content resonated with you, I invite you to check out the Conscious Creator Manifesto, which goes over the big 3 aspects of your being, your mental, your physical, and your spiritual being, so you can bring it into alignment and effortlessly move towards creating the life that is in alignment with your vision, right? I'll link out to it below. I'll link out to it in the comment section. Just go over this, and it really allows you to get rid of all the distraction, all the information that is not serving you right now, and get clear on what it is exactly that you need to do right now in order to move to where you want to be. Okay, it's all focused on the model called the Conscious Creator Model, and it really focuses down on what you need to do right now in order to move to where you want to be, right? So I'll link out to it below. If this resonates with you, definitely check it out. But leave a comment below letting me know your number 1 struggle in this area right now. Comment below, let me know, and I'll do my best to help you out. But with all that being said, this has been Mo. I hope this has been valuable for you, and I'll see you in the next video.